Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, based on your location. We're here in Arizona, and our Bluebeam friends are in California. My name is John Magyar. I'm with Orange Blade Consultants in Surprise, Arizona. Today's webinar, titled "What's New in Bluebeam Review 12," is going to go about a half hour, and then we're going to open for Q&A. If you have any questions during the presentation, on your GoToWebinar panel, you'll see a place for questions. So please enter them there, or if you want to hold off until the end, that's fine, but we'll be monitoring all of your questions during the presentation. A quick introduction. Orange Blade Consultants is a member of a small select group of Bluebeam Platinum resellers. We incorporated in Arizona in 2006. Our subject matter experts come from architectural design, home building, engineering, government, and software development industries. We're compassionate problem solvers who thrive on the success of our clients. It's why we exist. Our training and technical backgrounds, personal approach, and the ability to understand the business processes of our customers have enabled us to consistently deliver results to our clients, both large and small. With more than 60 years combined industry experience and over 500 consulting and training assignments, we offer unparalleled expertise in Autodesk and Bluebeam product deployments, training, and support. So with that, we hand off the presentation to Meredith Jung with Bluebeam. Meredith?
Thank you so much, John. As John mentioned, I am Meredith Jung, and I'm an application specialist here at Bluebeam Software. Today I'm excited to show you some of the new features that have come out in Review 12, which was released last Tuesday. Throughout the webinar, as John mentioned, we do have that GoToWebinar chat function as well as the question window, so do feel free to type your questions in there. John will be answering a number of those, and I'll also stop occasionally to answer some of those and show you exactly what the solutions to your questions are. Now, just to get started here, I do want to give you a bit of background on Bluebeam. For more than a decade, we've been developing innovative software solutions that enable professionals to collaborate digitally. Our ultimate goal is that we want to help our customers do what they do better. As a company, we play a central role in AEC, oil and gas, and other technical industries. As Bluebeam Review has really become the industry standard for PDFs, we focus on providing smart, simple solutions that facilitate digital workflows. Some of those workflows include design review, bids and estimates, RFIs, submittals, field inspections, site management, punch, closeout, and plenty more. Now, with each new release, we typically have a theme, and this year the theme is Field Ready, Anywhere, Anytime. In Review 12, we're introducing a SketchUp Pro plugin. So SketchUp Pro users can now export any model to a 3D PDF and view and manipulate the model right within Review. With Review 11, we introduced AutoMark, which allows you to automatically generate page labels and bookmarks from a region on your sheets. But now with Review 12, you can create page labels and bookmarks from multiple regions in the PDF, and you can even add text, such as a prefix, suffix, or even a symbol. Now in Review 11, we also introduced sets, which allows you to view and navigate individual PDF sheets as if they are a single document in a single tab. Sets 2.0 adds enhanced navigation capabilities, along with the automatic redirection of hyperlinks to the latest revision, and also some compatibility with Studio projects. Batch Link automates the process of creating complex navigational hyperlinks for your plan set. This is only available in Review Extreme, but when you see it, you'll realize just how powerful a feature it is. Now, Review 12 offers quite a few measurement enhancements, such as being able to calculate length, area, volume, and wall area in a single measurement. And now you can also calibrate for both horizontal and vertical scales. With Smart Group, you can view each element in a group within the markup list and make edits without having to ungroup. Also, the subtotals will be automatically calculated for measurement annotations in a Smart Group. Capture allows you the ability to embed a photo gallery into any markup. You can also scroll through the images and add, delete, or export them. Of course, we didn't quite stop there. there's even more new features in Revu 12. There have been a variety of studio enhancements, such as the ability for studio session administrators to grant full control to trusted attendees. And you can now browse to files stored in Studio projects through Revu's document management toolbars. PDF forms containing static XFA technology can now be viewed, filled out, and saved within Revu. Reduced file size has been revamped for improved performance, along with a new user interface. OCR Plus in Revu Extreme offers significant performance improvements for large format drawings. And we didn't forget about headers and footers either. In Revu 12, the headers and footers settings are now saved with your document, allowing for easier editing and updating as revisions and new pages are added. So let's take a look at Revu 12 in action. I'm going to jump out of PowerPoint here and into SketchUp to demonstrate the new SketchUp Pro plugin. Introduced in earlier versions of Revu CAD and Extreme was the ability to create 3D PDFs from Revit, Navisworks, SolidWorks, or any IFC file. Now with Revu 12, you can create 3D PDFs directly from SketchUp Pro by exporting a 3D model directly to Bluebeam. This allows for a new means of communicating design ideas or articulating complex 3D information in the universal PDF format. Now that the 3D PDF is created, you can easily navigate around your design model. All right. Now, some of the cool features that you can use in a 3D PDF in Revu include the ability to have a section box to isolate the portion of the model that you're looking to see. So you can go ahead and chop the top off there. As well, you can also transform or move individual model components. So we can, for example, take a tree here, move it out, or we can take all of the trees on this image and move them. So you think about this, you could go ahead and explode model diagrams and see how the different components within a model assemble. And then, of course, save those views and animate them to show how that assembly works. Of course, the best part about using PDFs for your 3D models is the ability to add markups directly to them. If there's an issue with the dome type up here, just add a markup, ask for a new dome type. And that markup is now with that 3D PDF. As you navigate around, you still have that blue markup indicator and can come right back to the view you were in when you placed that markup. It's a great way to communicate questions or conflicts in 3D space. So with Revu 12, our robust 3D PDF options have expanded. But we've also added plenty of enhancements in the 2D world. So let's go ahead and take a look at those now. One of the first things that you want to do on any given project is create smart document sets that are easily navigable by users in the field. As we open the Thumbnails tab over here, one of the things that you'll see is that the page labels in this file have a pretty generic naming convention. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Instead of manually having to type the appropriate drawing number for each page label, you can simply click Create Page Labels and select the page region to use the drawing number to create that page label. So this was AutoMark 1.0 in Revu 11. But with Revu 12, AutoMark just got smarter. Now you can select multiple page regions, such as both that drawing number that we already selected, and then add in that drawing title as well. And even put on, a prefix or a suffix or a symbol of some sort. So we'll make this our Valley College Technical Creation Project, add that little appendix there. And we can add that directly to these page labels. So Revu is going to go ahead and create all 35 page labels using all of that information. And as you can see, it's done it in just a matter of seconds. No needing to pay the intern to do that, right? Or a project manager. Now, what's even better with AutoMark 2.0 is that your text doesn't even have to be selectable or searchable. AutoMark 2.0 works with files that contain non-searchable text, such as scans, to get your PDFs in order regardless of how they were made. Now, for those of you who haven't seen AutoMark, in the same way that we created these page labels, we can also go ahead and create bookmarks for the entire page, either using the page region or the page labels that were already created. Now, as a final step, you can easily extract each sheet as its own PDF file to create a lean and light set of documents for quicker field access. And you can use the page labels or bookmarks you created to name each file. Here we go, use page label in the name. Click OK. And we'll go ahead and drop this in an extracted project set. And what you can see real quick as I navigate to that folder on the desktop is that I only extracted one page. That would help if I extracted them all. Here we go. All pages. Select, oops, cancel. Try this one more time. Extract pages into the right folder. Sorry guys, here on the West Coast, I'm still waiting for my coffee to kick in. Happens. Here we go. And click OK. And now, oh, and I only selected one page this time. Fourth time's the charm. Here we go. Last try. Select folder. There we go. So now, we open that folder. Now we get back to it, and there's all of our project sheets with all of those naming conventions we used to name the pages. Unfortunately, there's only one drawback to doing things this way, and that's that even though you've got this lean document set for the field, you've lost the ability to work with related files like you could in this combined set of documents. So in Review 11, Sets was introduced to alleviate this problem. We essentially gave you the best of both worlds, allowing you the flexibility to keep your files light and lean, just like this, to use as single pages, while simultaneously being able to view and navigate an entire set of plans as if they are a single document. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to create a new set here and put this workflow into action. So let's start by picking our files. Here's those extracted project sheets we just made. Select them all. And then we're going to sort them by both the file name and the page label. And using the Advanced menu, we'll establish a rule that based on our file naming convention, which will be Rev for revision, and then our revision number, old revisions will be crossed out, and revisions will stack on top of each other, cross out and stack. And we're going to go ahead and do that by file name. Click OK here. We're going to save this set so that we can use it in the future, and then just go ahead and click OK here. Now what you'll see is that this appears as though it's a combined PDF. They all open in a single tab here. Now Review 12 Sets 2.0 introduces a few enhancements, including the ability to view these files as a list. There we go, a nice list to tab through right here. But we've also given you the ability to navigate using the buttons to page up and down, or to use these next and previous buttons here. Tab right through, jump back to the beginning. Now sets are also now fully compatible with Studio projects, making it even easier to share your set with the entire project team. For those of you who are not aware, Projects is a free feature in Review that acts as a lightweight document management system, allowing you to store an unlimited number of files and file types. Now, all of your project partners have access to the entire set and can open and check out individual files from within the set as needed. And of course, these files can be synced down locally so that you can work offline while you're in the field. So now that we have our page labels and we've got our set created, we're going to want to go ahead and create a navigable set of drawings, which allows both the office and field users alike to quickly click to a reference sheet, elevation, detail, RFI, etc. So we're here on the index sheet, right? And typically, when you needed to create a hyperlink, you would go one by one, sort of like this. You pick the hyperlink tool, you would pick your sheet number, you would choose to open that file, you would find the file, then you click OK, and then you do it again. As you can tell, this is a couple days of time either for the intern or for the project engineer, and it is a bit of a waste of time. With Review 12 Extreme, you can now automatically link entire plan sets quickly and easily using the batch link tool, It's available under File and Batch. You can search your files, a folder worth of files, a series of folders, or even use a set, and Revu will analyze all of your documents and automatically create hyperlinks to the corresponding destinations. So if you're working with an existing file or directory of files, you can always create a new one, but we're going to go ahead and create a hyperlinked index sheet and all the elevation details just for this set that we created. So we're going to do this with the current set. And to search by the sheet number, we're going to click the page region, and then we're going to select the sheet number region in the drawing, like we did in AutoMark. So let's go ahead, come on down, and pick that drawing number. Here we go. Now when I go ahead and click Generate here, what Revu is going to do is it's going to pull up the search results and link destinations. So here we go. Now we can use the link manager to update the list as needed, and we can save this configuration for future use. Save that directly to the set. And if we need to, we can even manually type in and manually change the name of that destination. Now under these link options, there's a couple of cool things that you can do. One of the big ones is using relative paths. So if the entire folder gets moved somewhere, as long as the folders are still in the same hierarchy, you still have those hyperlinks. The other is to highlight links. I'm going to go ahead and add that to this set. I'm going to pick a nice shade of blue. There's the reason I work at Bluebeam. I like the color blue. And we're going to overwrite any existing hyperlinks. Click OK, and again, save that to the set. So when we come back and do this again, it's easy to do. So as soon as I click Run, what Revu is doing is taking all of my drawing sheets and details and automatically linking them together based on my search parameters. So you can see 132 links were automatically created for us in a matter of seconds. Yep. Whereas this used to take an intern or project engineer a number of days to set up. Now to show you just how powerful that is, we'll click on A201. That link's already been created in the index. But Revu's also linked all of these details. We're in detail A300. Give it a click. Here's that detail. Oh, and it looks like there's another linked detail here for A700. And a quick click takes us straight through there. Now, as revisions are submitted throughout this project, we can select Add Files and go ahead and update this set as needed. So we'll go ahead and pull those revision documents in. Here we go. There's revisions. Okay. Now, with sets 2.0, the hyperlinks that have already been created are going to be automatically redirected to these new revisions. So here's revision 2 here. One of the things you'll notice is as you click on A201 here, it's going to jump directly to that revision 2, not to the original revision. And as mentioned earlier, we did save our search terms for batch link. So now, as our new revisions come in, we can upload all of those revised sheets, sorry there, and we can reuse these batch link settings to add hyperlinks to them. So you'll see that those details are no longer hyperlinked on this page. So we'll come back up to our original page here, and we're just going to rerun batch link. Batch link, current set. Okay, and we're going to take that page region again and just regenerate those drawing numbers. Click OK, generate. And what you're going to notice here is that now we're directing to the right revisions. And when we click, we'll save that to the set again, just to begin, and run it. So, now we've gone ahead and we're adding all of those hyperlinks back to all of these pages. And as we jump again, finish and close, jump again to A201, we now jump to revision 2, but revision 2 is now hyperlinked. Now we can even create a new set of search terms if we wanted, to link to something different. And our hyperlinks are all updated for us. And just like we noted earlier, any of those previous revisions are crossed out and stacked here. So just like in sets 1.0, you still have the ability to see those old revisions, but now we've got the new revision as the one that we're hyperlinked to, and all those links are updated. Now please note that Batch Link also supports studio projects, SharePoint, and project-wise. So you can easily and automatically link drawings from a number of different document management systems, whichever one you prefer to use at the moment. Now, whether you're in the office or in the field, you are now ready to start your work. Your plans are organized, linked, navigable, and field ready. Now, we talked about measurement enhancements, and to do this, I'm going to go ahead and open a new file for estimation. So let's say I'm a contractor and need to do both flooring and drywall takeoff on this building. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and switch to my takeoff profile, which you'll see changes the tool that we've got available here to use, as well as what's shown. Okay. As a best practice for taking accurate measurements, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and calibrate my drawing. So we'll open the Measurements tab over here and take a nice calibration. Okay. We got 6 feet 8 inches. Quick trick, if you hit the Shift key, it'll give you a nice straight line there. Inches. We've got that measurement, and just to check, we'll actually take a measurement over here on the edge, 10 feet 5 inches, and there we go. Nice and easy, the measurement's correct. Okay. So in this example, we'll go ahead and take the floor area of room 103, and at the same time, get the wall area for our drywall takeoff. So previously, in Review 11, you would take this measurement, and then you would have to manually go through and calculate the wall area. But with Review 12, whoops, Control D, I meant to hit the Shift key there and move our measurement up. You know, there's our measurement of the flooring here. With Review 12, we take this one measurement, and Review automatically calculates all of the other related measurements, including the wall area. So here's our area measurement, our wall area measurement, the volume measurement, and the length over here. And it displays them all in this markup list down here. Now, if our wall height is actually 10 feet instead of 8, we can go ahead and enter it here in this measurements toolbar. What you'll see is once I click out of there, that wall area and the volume have automatically updated. Now, another great new feature for those of you doing takeoffs in Review is Smart Group, which lets you group related markups and elements while still maintain individual control for each of those markups. So what I'm going to show you right now is that I've got a couple of markups that are grouped here, both hardwood flooring as well as resilient flooring. Now we can group these groups together, do a control click here, and actually group those together, which gives us a single, go ahead and come down there, single group that we're just going to call flooring. And underneath that group are a couple of subgroups. There we go. So open flooring, open resilient flooring, open hardwood flooring. And one of the things that you will notice, here we go, make that easy to read, that we can select these and actually change properties for them. So for example, the material of linoleum that's used, without having to change all of those markups together. They can now be changed individually. Now, another great thing is that you've automatically got subtotals. So if we close up hardwood flooring, you'll see that here's those subtotals for hardwood flooring, and here's those subtotals for resilient flooring, and then here's the subtotals for flooring as a whole. So it gives you all of that in an easy to read, easy to digest subtotal format. So in addition to those features, we've also got a couple of cool new tools going, enhancements to measurements that can be taken. The first one is being able to do a center radius, a center out mode for the radius tool rather than having to click 3 points. So now you can go ahead, select the radius tool, and go out and measure, 2 feet 6 inches, which is what we need to make sure that that bathroom's ADA compliant. So real easy to take that distance measurement and make sure we fit the requirements. But the other great thing is that when we go ahead and we take length measurements of these very narrow spots here, The length measurement actually now takes the arrows, puts them on the outside, and then takes that measurement and allows us to move it so that it can be taken off to the side here, where it's easy to read, and even be rotated to create a nice, clear, and professional-looking takeoff. Now, when your takeoffs are complete, you can export sort totals from the markup list to CSV or XML. So previously in View 11, you could only take those markups, but now we can take those totals. Go ahead and export those, and what you'll notice when those get exported is that they show up nicely in Excel. All the subtotals, not only for the length, area, wall volume, or wall area and volume, but also to get those subtotals for any measurements or any formulas you've done as well. Now there's one last really big enhancement to Review 12 in terms of measurements, and that's the ability to take measurements on an X and Y scale. So I'm going to go ahead and open the side panel here and pull up a railway project and close a couple of these, make it easy to see. One of the things you'll notice right away is that there's a different vertical and horizontal scale for this drawing. With Review 12, you can now calibrate a separate X and Y scale on any PDF. First, we'll denote that we have a separate vertical scale, and then we'll go ahead and calibrate them. First, the X scale, using that horizontal measurement here. Whoops. Go ahead and calibrate that X scale. We'll zoom in a little more, get a more accurate measurement here. Shift. There we go. That's 100 feet. Okay. And then we'll come back over here and do this one as well. Escape. We'll calibrate that Y scale. So click here. And go ahead 10 feet, 0 inches. Then we can go ahead and take a vertical measurement to show that that vertical scale actually does affect and gives us a nice clean number for our vertical measurements here. But more important than being able to do those vertical measurements is that you can now get accurate length measurements for this railway, even though the X and Y scales are different. So we can come over here, and now we can measure, from here to here, and get an accurate measurement going on that diagonal. These measurements are great for bridges, roadways, and pipelines, and it's never been easier or more precise to take them. Now, as your project does move closer to completion and the often painful process of punch and back check begins, Revu's new capture tool makes it easier to easily track and reference site conditions and issues that need to be addressed. Let's go ahead and do our punch walk in real time using Studio. So first things first, I'm going to change into that punch profile, which you'll see has a variety of punch symbols that also have nice comments and descriptions there. I'm going to go ahead and open Studio and walk into our session. Now, studio sessions can be attended by multiple people at once or by a single person. So a couple of my colleagues, Angela and Steve, were on site with their iPads earlier today, marking up this document. And they joined the session with their iPad out in the field, punching a wing of this floor. So let's say I'm out in the field at the other end of the building, and I could be simultaneously identifying and notating issues at the same time that he is. For example, we've got a bag caulk joint here. So we can go ahead and just put that right there, let them know. And maybe the door closer doesn't come through. It needs to be adjusted there. Now, if I see an issue, I can actually associate all of the photos that are related to this issue to that single punch key item using the new capture feature. So I can pick this caulk joining problem, right-click, and pull up capture here. I can capture things from a camera. So for example, take a picture of myself for you guys. Use that here. Or go ahead and add those pictures from a file. So you can go ahead here, short images, and let's say that these are the images related. Let's pick a couple images. We'll just pick some random ones here. And now when we click on that little camera image, you'll see these images that we've associated with it. We can easily add another one here. So we can add a picture there. Here's the new one. But we can also delete them pretty easily from here as well, just using that delete button. And they're all associated with that markup. Previously, photos could only be added as a separate markup on the plan. So now having those associated with a single markup cleans up the way that you're viewing them on the page. Now, you can also take photos on the fly during a field walk, as I showed you with my laptop camera, but as well with your iPad or Windows 8 tablet PC camera, and add them to the markups. So, for example, looks like we had some wiring issues out here. When we click on that, you'll see that we can see all of the images that are associated with that on this page. So those could all be taken in the field and just added real easily. Now, when we're finished documenting our site walks, I can go ahead and sort and filter by subject and summarize all of the information from this site walk in the markups list, just like I can with any other PDF I'm working with, just in regular Revu. And these can go out to CSV, again, out to Excel. They can be printed to paper, but I'm going to go ahead and create a PDF summary here. And we're going to go ahead and make this a table so that it shows up nicely for everything. Click OK, and let Revu go ahead and summarize everything that's been done on this sheet. And what you'll see in this punch summary is that we've got a variety of comments, and we've also got those pictures here in the summary, so it's easy to see where these pictures were taken and what they're related to, which is great. And now, as various items do become addressed in here, we've actually set up some custom statuses, and these custom statuses allow us to change the color of the markup when we set that status. So here we go. We're going to go with our custom GC status. As that's changed to completed, you'll see it turns green. Of course, as that's changed back to pending, it goes back to red again. So making it easy to see right on the page what's been completed. For example, this punch has been completed versus what hasn't. So that concludes the presentation of the Revu 12 features. Again, we want to thank you all for coming out today. If you do need a free 30-day trial of Revu, want to try out Revu 12 for yourself, please head to trybluebeam.com. And you can get 5% off the guaranteed best pricing on your new Bluebeam Revu licenses by going to OrangeBlade's website, orangeblade.com, and using the coupon code BluebeamRocks at checkout when you get a purchase there. I want to thank OrangeBlade for having us today and hosting this webinar, and go ahead and open it up now for Q&A. So please feel free to use that chat window or the question window, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions as they come in. Did you have anything you wanted to add, John?
No. If there are questions that come up after we close the webinar, feel free to shoot them off to bluebeam@orangeblade.com, and we'll be happy to address them.